Welcome to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. Today I have a phenomenal menu for you guys. We are doing Italian, that's right. So we're gonna do a arugula and spinach lasagna roulade. We're gonna our own homemade sauce. We're gonna tons of flavor of that. I'll show you how we pull that all together. And we're gonna do a Moscato Vinaigrette to go on our mesclun greens with little strawberries, peaches, and pomegranate. So we're gonna make the vinaigrette for that. And if that's not enough, we're gonna do the raspberry and lemon Italian cream soda. So this is one flavor-packed episode you won't wanna miss on the Chef Dana Cooking Show. We'll be right back.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out, thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. We are going to jump right into one of my favorite dishes, which is lasagna. My mom used to make lasagna all the time when we were growing up. This is just another take on lasagna. We just added a couple flips and twists to it. First thing that we're gonna need to do for lasagna, though, is you gotta have some sauce, right? So we're gonna put a little bit of oil in our pan here. And we're gonna do that so we can saute some onions and some celery. Now today I'm gonna use some red onions because we don't waste anything in the kitchen, right? So we're gonna put some red onions in our pan, and we're gonna put some celery. So we're gonna get them going. Let those start sauteing in the pan, okay? We're gonna let these saute and sweat for about, 5 minutes or so. We wanna make sure that they're nice and translucent, so they're cooked and so forth before we go to the next step. I'm just gonna give them a stir, make sure they're all fat coated and so forth. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Gotta add a little salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper, baby. All right, so there goes some pepper in there. We're gonna do a little salt. Okay. I'm just gonna stir it around a bit, make sure that seasoning gets all throughout. I can hear that sizzling going on in the pan, which is beautiful. That means we are cooking in the oil and not absorbing the oil like a sponge, which is great. Okay. So once that has sauteed, then we're gonna add the bay leaf. We'll add the Italian seasoning to that. Of course, we're gonna add some tomato sauce to it, and we'll add just a little bit of water, and then we'll let it cook down a bit and so forth. The next thing that we'll do while this is sauteing is we're gonna end up cooking our spinach and arugula. The spinach and arugula is a nice mixture of greens. I used to only do spinach, but then I found that arugula gave it like a nice little peppery kind of flavor to the greens that were going inside of the spinach roulade. So it morphed from spinach roulade to spinach and arugula roulade, okay? So to start that one off, very simply, we're gonna add a little bit of oil to the pan, right? Boop. And then once we do that, we'll make sure our oil is nice and hot. Move that around a bit. And then we're gonna add some of that spinach and arugula. Spinach and arugula both cook down very quickly. Once it starts going, it'll just keep breaking down and breaking down and breaking down. So what appears to be a full pan at the moment, just watch and see in a couple seconds, it's gonna definitely break down and turn into a very small amount in the pan. That's the one thing about spinach. You can buy a whole bag and it just literally whoop, cooks down to almost nothing. Now spinach is a good place to get some extra iron and greens in and so forth. You're hearing this beautiful snap, crackle, pop, which is letting you know, see as I'm turning it, see how it's getting that dark green? You can already see it starting to break down. Doesn't take long at all. Just needs a little bit of heat, a little bit of moisture or oil, and it just starts coming on down. Now, as you make room in the pan, that's when you start to add some more greens. So in a second here, I'm gonna add a little more as I let that cook on down. All right, now I'm peeking over here at my veggies in the pot, peeking at my veggies. Now my veggies are sweating, they're cooking. I see that they're starting to get translucent. I'm gonna let them go another minute or two while I play with my spinach and arugula. Okay, so you see that cooking down. Let's add another handful. So I have a bunch of the spinach in there. Let's add some arugula to the party. And you can see the arugula has these nice little cool little leaves like this and so forth. We're gonna add that in there. And as that heat starts to hit the arugula, I'm gonna give it a little bit more salt and pepper, right? A little pepper. Nothing like that fresh cracked black pepper. And for your salt, you wanna make sure you're using like a kosher salt or a Maldon or something like that. I'm not as much of a fan as the iodized salt. I feel like iodized salt tastes a little chemical. You know, you can kind of taste that iodine. So I am very much a kosher fan, kosher salt fan. Okay, but look, you see how it's just coming on down, wilting on down. Beautiful. Okay, So these are our greens for our spinach roulade. Look at that. That's phenomenal. So I'm gonna just turn the heat off because I feel like it's gonna cook the rest of the way with the residual heat that's in the pan. You see how it keeps moving? And I'm just gonna add the last little bit to there. So I add a tiny bit more. And that should be plenty. Okay. Give it a couple folds and the residual heat's gonna just do its job. Now, my veggies, on the other hand, here in the pot, they are ready for a little bit of love. So, in my pot here, my celery and my onions have gone translucent. To this, see right there, see how they're nice and translucent? That smells so good. So good. So now, let's add to here, we're gonna add our Italian seasoning. We're gonna add that bay leaf. Give that a quick mix around. Now we're gonna add the tomato sauce. Here we go. Let's add that tomato sauce in there. And we're just gonna bring this to a simmer. We're gonna let it ride for about 10, 15 minutes or so. Okay, I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit. Get those veggies moving all throughout the sauce. Now the tomato sauce that I use today, I like a, what's known as a fire roasted tomato sauce. To me, I feel like you get a little bit more sweetness out of it. So I chose a fire roasted tomato sauce today for mine. And then I'm gonna put in 1 cup of water. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stop. So I know you're wondering, like, how do you know that that was a cup of water, right? So in culinary school, we had this thing, and everybody knows their pour, so to speak. So if you know what it takes to do an ounce into something, I just needed to multiply that by 8 in my head. So it's like a time count. We learned that in the, we'll call it mixology class. Most people will say, did you do bartending? No, it was a mixology class, a little more classy, right? That's what we learned it in, okay? So I've got my sauce here. We're gonna let that simmer for about 10 minutes or so. The longer you let it simmer, honestly, the more flavor you can develop from it because the sugars in the tomato are concentrating and so forth. But I chose a fire roasted tomato sauce, so I feel like the sauce I chose today was naturally just a little bit sweeter to begin with, so I can go with a 10-minute simmer. So we're gonna let our tomato sauce simmer for about 10 minutes, and when we come back, we're gonna start to work on the lasagna. Now with the lasagna, we're gonna lay the noodles out, we'll do the cheese on there, we'll put this wonderful green mixture into that ricotta, along with some Parmesan, some Italian seasoning, a little garlic, and bring that thing to life. So I'll show you guys how I pull that together when we come back on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out, thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. Just to catch you up, we're making a spinach and arugula lasagna roulade. We've started off by making our homemade tomato sauce, yeah, I guess you could say tomato sauce. We sauteed some onions, we sauteed some celery, we added a little bit of salt and pepper, we cooked them until they were translucent. Then we added in some a bay leaf, we added in some thyme and Italian seasoning, and we basically added in a fire roasted tomato sauce and a cup of water. We've been letting that simmer, so it's been simmering for about 10 minutes. I love the fire roasted tomato sauce again because to me it has just a little bit more sweetness to it than the regular tomato sauce. By it being fire roasted, the sugars or the natural sugars in the tomato kind of condense a little bit and you get a little bit more sweetness. The second thing that we did was we cooked the arugula and the spinach. We put it in the saute pan with a little bit of garlic, cooked that until it had wilted down. We had this big bowl, and then you can see how much we have left in the pan. So we've cooked that down, and then that's going to get added. We'll chop it a bit, and it's going to get added to that ricotta mixture that we'll make in a moment. But what I'm going to do first is we're going to get the soda going. So the Italian sodas are pretty simple. Like many syrups, it's water. It's some sort of sweetener, i.e. agave, sugar. Some people use honey. Honey, though, has its own distinct flavor. So out of all of them, I think I choose honey last as a general sweetener, only because the flavor of honey is so distinct. It can be a little strong, so if you're dealing with delicate flavors, you might want to choose an alternative sweetener. Now, if you want to flip it and you're like, well, you know what, I want a honey and thyme syrup for my cocktail, well, then you just go honey and you get that honey flavor. All right, so let's put our water in the pan here. All right, so we're going to put about a cup of water in there. We're going to add to that our agave nectar here. I like the agave nectar. Again, like I said, it's a little bit of a cleaner flavor than honey. Actually spikes your glycemic index a little less than sugar does, so that's why I'm an agave fan. Now, to get some additional raspberry punch here, or flavor going on, I'm going to add some raspberry preserves. All right. Typically, the seedless one will work a little better for the beverages, or else you'll be, getting those little raspberry seeds out from your teeth. But we're going to add the raspberry preserve in here, right? So we get a little bit more raspberry flavor. Mix that up just a bit. Now, it will need to come to a simmer so that the agave nectar, the raspberry, the water all combine. And then to give it a little bit of lemon flavor, I'm going to do the lemon peel. Now, I don't use the lemon juice in this one because in the raspberry Italian sodas, they have cream in them. Anytime you have an acid coming into contact with the cream, it'll kind of make it curdle, just like if you're doing that hack for buttermilk, where they take regular milk and add lemon juice or add vinegar to it, it makes it curdle. So I just want the peel here to get a little bit of the lemon flavor, i.e. out of the oils, but I do not necessarily want the juice. All right, so I'm gonna drop a couple pieces of lemon peel in here, and that'll be it. That'll give me the lemon oils and my soda, but not necessarily the curdling that would happen with the juices. So over here, let me show you what we got going on in this pot. Ooh, baby, yes. So in this pot right here, we have our fire roasted tomato sauce, right? With our onions, a little garlic, a little bit of celery, bay leaves, Italian seasoning, and so forth. So we've just been simmering, just like this. All right. So the next step would be, once we've got our sauce going, is we need to get the ricotta mixture made. So the ricotta mixture is pretty simple. Let me show you how we do that. So I'm gonna get a bowl here. All righty. I've got my ricotta. We're gonna drop that in the bowl. There she goes. Okay. So I got my ricotta, just a whole milk ricotta. We're going to add to that our Parmesan cheese here. Let's get that sprinkled all throughout. A little bit of Parmesan and mozzarella going in the bowl. We're going to add our Italian seasoning. Now, Italian seasonings, typically, many of them have, what's the word for it? Oregano. In there is a very common ingredient. You'll see some basil. You might see a little rosemary, a little bit of marjoram sometimes. So that's what we got in the bowl right now. We're also going to add some salt and pepper, of course, because we need to fortify our seasoning in there. I'll add a little bit of salt. Okay, let's cut up a little bit of garlic here. Cut up a little bit of garlic. And we want to kind of dice it, mince it, so to speak, so we get the maximum through there. Chop, 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 chop. Okay. And we'll chop it just a little bit more. We'll make sure it's small enough so that it goes far through the dish. You leave it too big, then you might have some pieces of that lasagna roulade that just don't have enough oomph to it. We don't want that. Okay. Scrape that in the bowl. All right, so this is really our mixture for our roulade right here. So now I'm just going to take my spatula here. We're going to stir that up. Get that cheese mixing all throughout. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the herbs in there and everything. I can see the cheese strands as I mix it up. Okay, you see all those little specks in there. That's your seasoning. That's your herbs. That's that yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. So once we have that together, now we need to chop up a little bit of this spinach and arugula. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on the board right there. We're going to chop it up. Okay. And we're just going to chop, 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 chop. It's all right if you talk to your food sometimes. Don't worry about it. Chop, 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 chop. When we were baking, we would be in there and be like, hey, little buddy, who made you, huh? Yeah, so you can talk to your food every now and then. It's all right. All right, so we're going to throw some of that mixture in there, okay, that we chopped up. And then we're going to stir it up again. Okay, you see it right there in the bowl. And then we're just going to mix it right in. My wife likes it when I mix it in. Sometimes I would just take my greens and I would just, lay them on top of my ricotta mixture. She'd say, no, I want it mixed in. Okay, honey, so we're mixing it just for you, baby. Okay. And that is our mixture for our lasagna. So we got the mixture for the lasagna. We've got the sauce ready to go. So now let me show you the next step. The next step is we're going to roll up some of our lasagna noodles. So I like to lay a piece of plastic out like this, only because I don't want to make a mess of my board, right? I love my board. It's kind of like Barney, I love you, you love me type thing, right? Okay. So there is just my little covering here for the board so I can work my lasagna. And then we just lay out some noodles. So here goes some noodles, right? And then we're going to spread some of our mixture on there. Now, if you have a noodle like this, see how that little piece is hanging? You would start your roll from this side, roll it up, so by the time you got to the other side, it would look cute. Just a little chef tip if your noodles are misbehaving. If your noodles are misbehaving, put them in the corner. No, I'm kidding. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get number 6 out here. There's number 6. So once you've got your noodles laid out, next step is we're going to put some of that filling on there. Let's go in here and get some filling. Spread that right on your noodle, just like that. Okay. And then we roll it up. Oops. There we go. We don't want the plastic with it. Just saying. There's one. So for your pan or your vessel here, I recommend putting some sauce on the bottom. Now, by putting some sauce on the bottom, we make sure that it's not going to stick. But I save some sauce because I want to drizzle it on the top too. But you see how I really evenly coat this bottom. And then I turn around and I put my lasagna just like that. So we're going to repeat the process. Now, if you didn't know, pasta was developed in Italy. You know, Italy's known for having all the pasta, right? I think it was all the way back to the late 1400s. They developed some pasta noodles. Now, it wasn't exactly the noodles that we think about today. What it was is that they developed these really flat sheets of pasta, right? And then they would just layer it with cheese. So I guess you could say they were kind of doing mac and cheese back in the day, but just as big sheets. The closest thing that we have to that, or that reminds us of that for everyday cooking, is these lasagna noodles, but they were actually more like these big sheets, full-size sheets here. You can imagine it's all one piece. And then they would just layer it with cheese and cook it off in the oven. Pasta is really simple. It's really just flour, water, egg. Those are the 3 main ingredients, and then from there they might add a little this, a little that, depending upon the manufacturer, but at its core, flour, water, egg, and then it's sheeted out. Okay, that's the basic. So remember I told you, when you got this little straggler here, right? See how I laid that piece on the inside? So as I roll it up, I don't have to worry about that ugly piece. going all over the place. Once I begin to really roll it, see how it just kind of falls in line? Get in line, soldier. All right? And then we just keep repeating the process. Now, my other favorite kinds of pasta, when I'm not doing lasagna, my mom always made spaghetti. Like, spaghetti was just like, I won't say every week, but every other week, we were getting some sort of spaghetti. My mom loved pasta, and so did we. Spaghetti, penne, the bow tie, or farfalle as they call it. It wasn't until later where I started to get into some of the other beautiful types of pasta, like the tortellinis and the cavatappi's and so forth. All right, so you just keep continuing the process. We just keep rolling up these noodles right here. Now, depending on the size dish you have, you might fit 8, you might fit 12, or so forth. And then when we're done, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of sauce. So let's get some more cheese on there. And then when we come back, guys, I'm gonna show you how I basically top this to go in the oven, and then we'll get working on that salad. We'll show you how you pull together this soda, and we're gonna have a wonderful Italian meal on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. So I got my lasagna roulade here all ready to go. They're all nicely rolled up. As you can see, my board is pretty much nice and clean. That's why I put down the plastic wrap so I don't make a whole lot of mess. Now that remaining sauce that we talked about, this is what I do with it. This is what I do with it. We put it on the top of the lasagna roulades. And this helps it from being like kind of dry, you know what I mean? Like if you don't have any moisture in there, it can get a little dry. So I put the sauce right on top, okay? Let it run all down in between. You're like, oh, you're messing up your beautiful roulades. Listen, listen. We want yummy-liciousness. So we're gonna let it run all down in between here. And that's going to make sure our roulades aren't like really dry. Then I take my remaining cheese, that remaining queso, and I'm coming right over the top with it, just like this. And we're gonna let that melt all over the top. You can be very generous with this. Really, really generous. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the oven for about 15 minutes. So there's my roulades, looking pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. We're gonna go to the oven and we're gonna put that in, and it's gonna take about 15 minutes or so. All right. See how pretty that looks from the side? You see the sauce, you got the noodles, you got more sauce, you got cheese. Almost like a lasagna stacked up, but we just rolled them up today. Okay, so that's our lasagna roulade. All right. Over here, we do have our Italian soda. That's going in the pot with our lemon peels, raspberry jam, the water, the agave nectar, and so forth. So that's coming along very well also. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get into that dressing for the salad. Okay, so for the dressing for the salad, let's head over here and let's see what we got going on. So we're definitely going to need some oil. We're going to need a little vinegar, right? I'm going to use apple cider vinegar today. We're going to leave a little mustard. Probably need a little pinch of salt and pepper. And we're going to need one more thing. Remember I said Moscato Vinaigrette. So you can't have a Moscato Vinaigrette without some Moscato, okay? So I'm going to use some Moscato today, and we're going to pull it all together to make this delicious vinaigrette. Let me get a bowl real quick. Okay, so let's start to make this vinaigrette. For our vinaigrette, obviously we're going to need some Moscato, right? So we're going to pour some in there. Right, just a little bit. Who am I kidding? We're going to pour some Moscato in there, okay. I like Moscato, don't judge me, don't judge me. It's good stuff. We're going to put a little apple cider vinegar in there, give it a little bit of a tang, okay. You're going to need to put some mustard in there. This mustard now, the mustard is going to act like a binder. So whenever you're making a dressing and you want that vinaigrette to hold together, there's only a few ways to achieve that. You could use mustard. You could use dry mustard, like the powder. That works well too. Or if you wanted to do somewhat of a mayonnaise-based dressing, you could. And then in that case, it would be more of a, I guess, a creamy Moscato dressing. But that's not what we're going for today. Not what we're going for. But it does have my interest piqued. I'm like, creamy Moscato dressing. I think we could pull that off. So I'm just mixing this mustard into the apple cider vinegar and so forth, and the Moscato, making it one mixture so that when I put the oil in there, it should just want to come together, right? But I'm just making sure that that mustard is evenly dispersed in the ingredient. Now, if you wanted to, you could also use something like a food processor, a blender, with some things called Vitamix or a Ninja or something like that. They would all work well in making this dressing come together nicely. So you can see my mixture here, it looks mustard colored, but it's all evenly dispersed in the liquid. So my next move is to grab a, where'd that go? All right, I was gonna use my whisk, but I don't know where it went. So I'm going to take some oil. I'm going to stir, lightly drizzle. The mistake people make sometimes is that when they're making dressing, they want to hurry up and just dump the whole thing of fat in there. Bad move. You want to incorporate it some, let it fully combine, take what it can, and then add a little more. Okay, so I've added a little bit, I'm stirring it around, and then I'm gonna add a little more. Now, if you feel like your dressing's not coming together well enough, you just add a little more mustard. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little more oil. Okay, and a little more. Okay, that ought to do it. And I'm stirring, stirring, stirring because I want to incorporate everything. I'm taking a peek. It's close. But see, I'm seeing a few little oil droplets on top, which is letting me know that I probably need just a touch more of the Dijon. So I'm gonna grab a little Dijon out my fridge here, out my little pretty profile fridge. I love this refrigerator. Okay, so I put a little more mustard in there. And I'm gonna give it a stir. Now, I really didn't put a whole lot of extra sweeteners in this one because the Moscato is a sweeter wine. I'm gonna give it a taste, and then if I need to, I'll add a little more Moscato if I want a little more sweetness. But see, you can kind of see the viscosity has changed a little bit on the dressing. Okay, so let's give that a taste. That's pretty good. I might want to touch more of the sweetness. So I'm gonna just stir it up just a tiny bit more. I'm gonna add another pinch of Moscato, and that's gonna be done. That's pretty good though. Okay. I know you guys are like, Chef, you're using up all the good stuff in the dressing. Don't worry about it. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. So the flavors get enhanced. We'll add a little bit of pepper. Give that a stir, and then I'm gonna give it a final taste here. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Yeah, that's good grown-up dressing right there. That is good grown-up dressing. So we've got our dressing for the salad. That is, all the mommies out there are gonna love me after this one. I'm telling you right now. Okay. So we've got our dressing. Now I'm gonna cut up a few more things here. I got some peaches here. I just used the peaches that I found from the can today, or you could get frozen ones. Peaches are, at least in this part of the country, are not quite back in season yet. You might find them in their fresh form down south, but up here, not quite yet. Funny thing is, though, is that Delaware used to be the #1 producer of peaches in the country. But unfortunately, back in the day, there was some sort of disease that came through with the peach trees, and it basically wiped out the entire peach orchards here in Delaware. I mean, rail cars used to back up to Delaware every single day. There used to be train tracks came to the fields, and literally they would take the peaches away every single day from Delaware. That's how many peaches we were growing here. And unfortunately, the disease came, wiped it out. So now you find the peaches, the main growers of the peaches are typically down south. That's why you find like other places like Georgia, some of the Carolinas are known for the peaches and so forth. But peach pie is actually the dessert, the state dessert for Delaware, as well as the peach blossom. So kind of a node to history. here in our area. All right, so I have some strawberries here that I'm just cutting up. And we're just gonna slice them. I'm gonna do them in half so you can see some nice big strawberry pieces in the salad. Something this big though, I'm a quarter. Okay. If they look too big, I'll quarter it, but if they're small, I'll half them. And this is going to be one of the main fruits here on the salad. Now, one thing I know with salads is, especially having kids, the more fruit they see, the more likely they are to eat the thing. If you have just a little bit, they don't want it. So I'm nice and heavy-handed here with the strawberries that I put in this salad because I want my girls to eat it. Father of 3, all girls. Okay. I see my strawberry, or should I say raspberry, mixture there is bubbling nicely. It's almost reduced by half. I'm gonna let it go just a tiny bit more. Okay. And then the next step that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up my onion or shallot. Today I'm using a shallot. You can use either one. Okay. Let's get this skin off here. Okay. Shallot's always got that little tougher skin, in my opinion, than the onion does. So I'm just going under here with my knife and I'm just taking this baby off. Just like that. And then I'll be prepared to slice it. Okay. Come on, there we go. See what I mean? The onion, to me, the skin comes off just a little bit easier. The shallot, you gotta work with it just a little bit. But look how beautiful that thing is when you get it off. It's this like vibrant, not quite red, it's kind of like a pinky kind of color, but it's beautiful. Come on. There we go. Sometimes the trick is getting it started. There we go. All right. I'm like, I swear this is not my first time peeling one of these. I swear it's not. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got our shallot. And then we're just going to thin slice it because it is from the onion family. It's got a little kick to it. So we want to make sure, like when we're using onions, especially fresh in a salad, we want to thin slice this thing so that no one's getting a total mouthful of shallots or onions or something like that. So it's nice when you can really thin slice it. It should want to almost fall apart in like rings and so forth. See, when you just punch them out and everything, they'll kind of fall apart. That's what you're looking for, where they can kind of come apart like that. Because again, nobody wants a whole mouthful of onion in a fresh salad. All right. Okay. All right, so when we come back, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to pull together this salad, and then we will check on that lasagna and make that Italian cream soda when we come back.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's PowerBoil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch Controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out, thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back to the Chef Dana Cooking Show, everybody. We have been cooking up some lasagna roulades today. They should be almost ready to come out the oven. Let's get ready to take a peek. We did a spinach and arugula lasagna roulade. All right, let's see if it loves, oh, it loves me. I was gonna be like, it loves me not. It loves me. Check this out. Here we go. Okay, ooh, that's hot. And it's heavy. These little 12 guys pack a punch. All right, look at that. There is our lasagna roulade packed with spinach, arugula, ricotta cheese, a little garlic, Italian seasoning. Our sauce had the celery, the onions, the thyme in there, the bay leaf. So we've got a yummy deliciousness casserole kind of thing going on with our spinach roulade. Next, let's work on this salad. So here's my greens here. I have a little mix of mesclun, a little arugula. I see some baby spinach in here, some red leaf, etc. To that, we want to add the peaches, right? So we got our peaches that we talked about. I'm just going to make it pretty. I'm going to go right around here like I'm serving kind of like family style, you know what I mean? So I'm going to layer this bad boy like this. See how I'm doing the rings of peaches around the bowl? Nice and pretty if you got friends over and everything. Entertaining. Okay. Look how colorful it is already, and all I did was add the peaches, right? And if you do it correctly, it just turns into this beautiful piece of art. They said you can't play with your food. I beg to differ. Beg to differ. Okay, so there is our peach rings. You know what I'm about to do right in the center. Strawberry, baby. Strawberry. We're going right in the center. This is what makes my kids eat their salad. when they see all the berries and everything, they forget like what's underneath. I'm telling you. They're intelligent kids, but something about the colors in the fruit, they forget. Oh man, we ate the greens too. Yes, you did. So I pack on my strawberries just like this. You know what I mean? I totally cover it up. Cover it up. Then we go on here and we sprinkle the pomegranate seeds. So here's our pomegranate seeds. We're going to sprinkle on our little shallot rings. This is what gives the salad the bite. Now this is, I'll be honest, this is more mommy daddy land when we put on these shallots. Mommy daddy like the shallots. But we're going to sprinkle these on. And you can see just how beautiful and vibrant that salad has become. Right? Look at that. I mean, it's just like a bowl full of color. See here, and I love strawberries. So next up, let's put on a little bit of our Moscato dressing. Okay, and we're just going to drizzle that all over top. Don't worry, there's not that much Moscato in here. You're not going to get the kids drunk or anything like that, just a little bit. Okay, so we'll put that right on top. And there we have our strawberry peach Moscato salad. This is also great for like if you're doing brunch on Sunday or brunch with the girls. The salad is amazing. Okay, now let's talk about the beverage. So I got a glass full of ice here. So I'm gonna put some of my raspberry mixture in here. Okay. And I'm gonna fill it about yay high, right? About a third of the way. Now you're gonna need a little bit of tonic water as well, or club soda, a little seltzer, whichever you prefer. Make sure you don't shake it up. That's why I'm being very cautious as I open it, very cautious. All right, so we're gonna pour that in. About right to there. So I did about almost, and this is when I have ice in there now. I did almost a little over a third of the way with the syrup. I did another third of the way with the seltzer or tonic water. And then we just give it a little bit of a cream float here. And there we have it. We have the raspberry Italian soda. Now I serve it like this. I don't stir this first so everybody can like see like the layer. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. The kids like to see that. And then I just throw some berries on top. They have a really good time with that. So here is our raspberry Italian cream soda. Has the hint of lemon in there. Again, I didn't squeeze the lemon juice because I didn't want the cream to curdle. I've done them before, realized, oh, when you put the juice in, it curdles, but when you do the oils from the lemon peel, it maintains the integrity of the beverage. So we have our lasagna spinach roulade, we have our strawberry salad, our strawberry peach salad with Moscato vinaigrette, and we have our raspberry lemon soda. So I'm Chef Dana. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Chef Dana Cooking Show, and we will see you next time.